Al Ewing and Jacopo Camagni pit S.W.O.R.D and the Shi'Ar against a brand new lethal legion who will stop at nothing to ensure the Shi'Ar don't make allies with Arakko and mutant kind. Al Ewing tells a non-stop action-packed story here with a brand new lethal legion attacking the Shi'Ar with S.W.O.R.D caught right in the middle of it all. The plot is very straightforward and combines a new arc with some threads from previous S.W.O.R.D stories like Storm defending her role as Regent of Sol and Orchis scheming to destroy the mutants, making for a fun series of action set pieces that also contain the jobbiest characters to ever job in a comic in that of the Super Guardians, all who immediately are either killed or horribly maimed in this issue by the cyborg villains. It was really a great way to establish a credible threat to the mutants and connect it up to the Orchis threat, and being that the resurrection protocols, you can kind of go ham and kill all these characters off willy-nilly whenever you want. The cliffhanger ending of the issue had me really surprised as well, being that I never figured WizKid to be a traitor to mutant kind, so I'm very much looking forward to Ewing revealing why he chose to go against his people. Jacopo Camagni joins the book as artist for some very anime-inspired looking artwork, filling the book with some really great and brutal action, and as I said, thanks to the resurrection protocols, we're allowed to kind of go all out on the kills and the violence of it all and kill people left, right and centre, and it was quite fantastic and fast-paced. S.W.O.R.D issue 9 was a great beginning to the book's final story arc, setting up a simple, straightforward storyline and filling the pages with brutal, violent action and a great final cliffhanger I'm very intrigued to see pay off. I'm going to give this issue a 9.5 out of 10. S.W.O.R.D issue 9 heads to Alpha Flight Station, where Guardian is welcomed by Henry Gyrich to the Alpha Flight, apologising for the little joke. James wants to know why he is there, so Gyrich shows him why, knowing it's no joke. The man pulls up a hologram of an alien fleet coming to Mars to meet with the mutants of Arakko. Henry is adamant that they will be going to war, but James knows this is difficult for him, having known Wolverine for years, but Henry doesn't care, knowing terraforming a planet is for Omega mutants only, and Logan was probably hanging out at the bar while all of this was happening, telling himself that it was all okay. He thinks that Logan would have some reservations about this new planet, implying that maybe Logan was manipulated with telepathy, and by association, maybe James was compromised as well. James reminds Henry that he decided to join Orchis on his own volition and he doesn't need any persuading, asking what exactly they are using against a whole planet of X-Men. Henry tells him that they are using their friends in high places, as on Arakko, the Shi'Ar delegation arrive, told by Abigail Brand that Frenzy, their solar ambassador, will be waiting for them with a security team. She welcomes Empress Xandra to Arakko as she cuts the comms, hoping that makes up for Aurora not being there, wondering what's more important than meeting with the Empress. Manifold knows it's the usual as Storm again battles Kobach, never held in the arena for her place as Regent. Brand assumed that the challenges would slow down after her fight with Tarn the Uncaring, and being he was the last holdout. Manifold reassures her that Storm knows what she's doing and she will be there when they need her. Brand hopes so, since it will be hard enough without the voice of Sol cancelling on the Empress. Brand makes a call to the Peak, talking with her new number 2 Cable, who tells her that all of the green in the green room of the station really isn't his colour, and he can't quite figure out how to sit in the weird chairs. Brand thinks that that's a metaphor, and Cable thinks that maybe it is, since when he is relaxed, that's when trouble is coming. Brand knows that with everything happening as of late, they don't want to be comfortable, telling Nathan to keep watching the skies. Fang Meemaw sniffs Frenzy and her team, reassuring the Empress that they aren't Skrulls or anything else other than a mutant human. The Empress apologizes for the seemingly impolite nature of Fang, but she says she has been saved multiple times by them thanks to his abilities. She wonders why Storm couldn't come to even say hello, and Brand is alerted by WizKid of an unauthorized ship dropping out of hyperspace above Arakko, heading right for Lake Hellas. Brand knows that this is an assassination team, wanting the station to lock onto them, but WizKid tells her that the ship is teleporting whoever is on board down to the planet. Down on the planet, the new Lethal Legion appear, calling for the death of the Shi'Ar Empire. Frenzy and her team protect the Empress as Fang attacks, but is grabbed by the cyborg assassin, instantly killed by him. Gladiator attacks, but his heat vision does nothing to the Corbinite assassin. He tells the Super Guardians to pick a target and attack in the name of Fang, but Gladiator is electrocuted by a giant brain assassin, his emotions disrupted by the blast into making him feel like he is worthless, causing him to cower on the floor. Cannonball works out that the big brain assassin must know their weaknesses, but Neutron knows that he doesn't have a weakness, attacking the assassin by hitting it with a punch packed with 100 times the local gravity. Another of the assassins knows all about Neutron and the micro-singularity inside of him, stabbing the hero with his atomic chainsaw arm. The hole cut in Neutron begins to swallow him up as the hero is reduced to nothing. Deathbird knows that this is a killing ground, wanting to get the Empress away from the area, as Frenzy tells Random and 4-Arm to give the villains everything they have to draw fire. One of the assassins proclaims that he is Orbis Extremis, and he speaks to their mind's ear, firing a blast at 4-Arm, who shoves his hand into Random's mouth, turning it into a series of spikes and killing Random instantly. Frenzy tries to get 4-Arm to fight the mind control as Titan attacks Orbis, growing in size and kicking the giant ball she sits in, asking if she's ever played soccer, since it turns out he's pretty good at it. Titan celebrates his win, but suddenly begins bleeding from every orifice on his body as Death Grip touches him, poisoning him and killing him. Cannonball rushes Death Grip, but Deathbird warns Sam of his touch. The Empress alerts her to someone else arriving as Death Grip is cooked by the lightning of Storm, who apologizes for not being there sooner, but now they have her full attention. Orbis watches Storm's arrival along with Orchis, wondering if her weather manipulation could be cloned or shut off. Henry knows that getting past Storm's powers just takes the right weapon. He congratulates Orbis on their enhancement tech, since if their alliance makes for a successful test, then he might just buy some himself. James knows that Henry is working with an alien, and it's not like him to do that, but Henry knows that Orbis is from the Galactic Rim, and it's how he likes his aliens, friendly and very far away. He thinks that it's time to activate his mole within S.W.O.R.D, connecting to them and telling them to begin, hoping that they are ready to show S.W.O.R.D where their true loyalties lie. The mole is revealed to be WizKid, who tells Henry to sit back and let him get to work.